Everyone. In the last class, we discussed in detail about the nature and significance of principles of management and about the father of scientific management, F.W. Taylor, and the importance of scientific management. So now here we are going to discuss in detail about the principles of scientific management. Okay. So no need to tell about again F.W. Taylor, we discussed already. So these are the four important principles in scientific management. Science, not rule of thumb. Harmony, not discord. Cooperation, not individualism. Development of every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. So we'll see in detail each principle. So the first principle, science, not rule of thumb. So in early days, factory owners or managers relied on personal judgment in attending to the problems they faced in the courses. Okay. So whenever they work, they'll be dealing or they'll be solving the problems on the basis of their personal judgment. This is referred as rule of thumb. Scientific investigation should be used for taking managerial decisions rather than his own decisions or opinions or rule of thumb. The basic principle of scientific management is the application of scientific method in solving business problems. Scientific method consists of research and experimentation, then collection and analysis of data. So this is about the science, not rule of thumb principle. So the second principle, harmony, not discord. So Taylor believed that the relationship between workers and management should be cordial and complete harmony. It is helpful to achieve the best possible result. So both should realize that each one is important. This can be achieved through a complete mental revolution on the part of both management and workers. Management should share the gains of the company, if any, with the workers. At the same time, workers should work hard and be willing to accept the challenges of the good of the company. Okay, this is about harmony, not discord. And the third principle is cooperation, not individualism. So this principle is an extension of harmony, not discord, the previous one. Competition should be replaced by cooperation. Both should realize that they need each other, that is the management and the workers. So management should not close the ears to the constructive suggestions made by the employees. At the same time, workers should not go for strikes and making unreasonable demands to the management. So third principle, cooperation, not individualism. Here comes the fourth principle, development of each and everyone to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. So according to Taylor, efficiency could be built in right from the process of employee selection, okay, from the beginning. Each person should be scientifically selected. The work assigned should match his physical, mental and intellectual capacities. I'll repeat. When one person or one employee is selected, the work assigned to him should match with his physical, mental and intellectual capacities. Okay. To increase efficiency, they should be given the required training. The aim of management should be to secure maximum prosperity for the employees, to each employers. Okay. So this is about the development, fourth principle, development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. So four scientific principles are over. Here comes the techniques of scientific management. So the first one is functional foremanship. In this is the diagram. So here under the factory management, two main people, planning in charge and production in charge. Under planning in charge, instruction card clerk, then route clerk, time and cost clerk, then disciplinarian. under production in charge, speed boss, gang boss, repair boss, and inspector. So all these sub headings will directly go to workmen. Okay, so we'll see what is functional foremanship. In the factory system, the foreman represents the managerial person with whom the workers are in face-to-face contact on a daily basis. Planning in charges would draft instructions for the workers. Production in charges were responsible for timely and accurate completion of job, keeping the machines, tools, etc. ready for operation by the workers. So next one is standardization. According to Taylor, scientific method should be used to analyze methods of production. Standardization refers to the process of setting standards for every business activity. It can be standardization of process, raw materials, time, product, machinery, methods, working conditions, etc. These standards are the benchmarks which must be strictly followed during the production. So the next technique is simplification. So simplification aims at eliminating unnecessary varieties, sizes, dimensions, etc. It eliminates unnecessary diversity of products. It results in saving of cost of labors, machines, tools, etc. It means reduced inventories, complete utilization of equipment, and increasing turnover. Next is method study. So the object of method study is to find out the best way of doing the job. There are many methods of doing the job, and to determine the best way there are several parameters. Right from the procurement of raw materials to till the final product is delivered to the customer, every activity is part of method study. The object of the whole exercise is to minimize the cost of production and maximize the quality and satisfaction of customers. Next is motion study. So motion study refers to the study of movements. Okay, movements like lifting, putting objects, sitting and changing positions, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job or a specific job. Unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently. So it's possible to find out motions which are unproductive, motions which are productive, and motions which are incidental. So next is time study. It determines the standard time taken to perform a well-defined job. Time measuring devices are used for each element of task. The standard time is fixed for the whole of the task by taking several readings. The method of time study will depend on volume and frequency of task, the cycle time of the operations, and time measurement cost. The objective of time study is to determine the number of workers to be employed. Okay, next one is fatigue study. So a person is bound to feel tired physically and mentally if she or he does not rest while working. So the rest intervals will help one to regain stamina and work again with the same capacity. This will result in increased productivity. Fatigue study seeks to determine the amount and frequency of rest intervals in completing a particular task. There can be many causes for fatigue like long working hours, doing unsuitable work, then having uncordial relationship with the boss, then bad working conditions, etc. So the next one is differential piece wage system. So Taylor was a strong advocate of piece wage system. So he wanted to differentiate between efficient and inefficient workers. The workers can be classified efficient and inefficient on the basis of standard time and other parameters. He wanted to reward the efficient workers and different rate of wage payment for those who performed above standards and those who performed below standards. So one example has given here. See, the standard output is fixed as 10 units per day. So who makes standard above or below? Who makes the standard or above will get 50 rupees per unit. Okay. And the one who makes below standard will get 40 per unit. So an efficient worker will get a day. Efficient worker will be producing 10 or more than 10. So say it is 11 units an efficient worker is produced. So 11 into 50. So he will be getting 550 rupees per day. And the inefficient worker only produced 9 units, which is lesser than the standard fixed. So 9 into 40. He will get per unit only 40 rupees. So he will be getting 360 rupees per day. Next is mental revolution. So the mental revolution involves a change in the attitude of workers and management towards one another from competition to cooperation. Both should realize that they require one another because there should not be any competition. They should work with a cooperation. This would eliminate the unnecessary conflicts, and management should share a part of surplus with workers. In the long run, only workers' well-being will ensure the prosperity of the business. So I hope you understood all these points, the principles of scientific management and the techniques in scientific management. Thank you.